Hi friends, in this video I'll be showing you guys how to find the sum and product of roots of a quadratic equation. And suppose you have an equation of the expression as squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, and from this expression, using the completely the square method, we are able to derive a general formula for quadratic equation, which is the x equals to minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a, right? So after this, we said whenever we have a quadratic expression is going to give rise to two numbers of roots. That is, whenever we have an expression of this form, and by the time we solve it using any method of the quadratic equation, we are going to arrive to two roots, right? So the first thing I'm going to say is that I'm going to assume the two roots to be, one is going to be alpha. I'm going to say let alpha equal x minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac, right? Then divided by 2a. Then I can just say let beta be equals to, that's minus b. This is actually plus. Let me just call this plus. Then I'm going to call this minus. A quadratic equation is going to have plus or minus root, right? So let me just call this one plus. So let me just say I don't have something like x here. So this is alpha, then this is going to be the beta, which is minus b minus root of b squared minus 4ac divided by what? 2a. Exactly. And we all know that as far as quadratic equation is concerned, we have something we call the sum of the roots. Sum of roots. And also we have the product of roots, right? Product of roots. So in this case, this is the coefficient of the sum of the roots, while this is actually the product of the roots. So now, here I'm having two roots here, which is the alpha and the beta. So here, to find the sum of the root, I'm going to have alpha plus beta, which is equals to the what? Sum of the root, while the product of the root is going to be alpha beta. Exactly. So in this case, if you look at this expression, this is my alpha and this is my beta, then I'm going to say, okay, this alpha, where is alpha? I'm having to what? Minus b plus root of b squared minus 4ac, right, divided by what? That's 2a. Then my beta, which is going to be plus beta, which is minus b minus root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by what? That's 2a. Then I can just say let me just say since, because it's actually since d equals to b squared minus 4ac, then I will just put my d here, so that I'm going to have b minus b plus root d divided by 2a, right? Then minus, this is going to be plus times minus, actually minus, then minus b minus root of d divided by what? That's 2a. Exactly. So in this case, what I'm going to do is that everything is actually equal to what? That's alpha plus beta. So now I'm going to find LCM here, right? So the LCM is actually 2a, then here I'm going to have minus b plus root d. Then this cancel this, I'm going to have minus b minus what? That's root d. So if you look at this expression very well, plus root d is going to cancel out minus root d. Then I'm going to have this to be minus, this is minus b, which is actually minus 2b, right, divided by what? That's 2a, exactly. So then I'm having my alpha plus beta equals what? This. Then I'm going to have alpha plus beta, which is equals to, this cancel this, I'm going to have minus b over a. So the general expression expression for the coefficient of the sum of the root, which is b, is actually minus b over a. So whenever we want to solve this kind of question, then just know that the sum of the root is going to be minus b over a. Then let's quickly move to the product of the root. Now, since the sum of the root is actually minus b over a, then so that's alpha beta. So now in this case, I'm going to multiply both roots together. Let me just come back to this side. This is my alpha and this is my beta, right? So here I'm going to have this to be minus b plus root d divided by 2, then multiply by, again I'm going to have minus b minus root d divided by 2a. So I want to multiply this expression together. So now let's just go ahead and multiply them together. So here I'm going to have this to be, this is actually inside bracket and this is also inside bracket. Then here I'm going to have this to be minus b plus root d, right? Then into brackets minus b minus root d again, then divided by 2 multiplied by 2 is going to give me 4, then a multiplied by a, that's actually a squared. Exactly. So now let's go ahead and simplify this expression. So here I'm going to have minus b multiplied by minus b, that's going to give me b squared. So this is b squared. Then this multiplied is going to give me, that's minus b, let me just say plus b root d, exactly, because this minus and minus is going to turn to plus. So this multiplied is going to give me another thing, that's actually minus b root d. Exactly, then this multiplied by this is going to give me, that's actually minus, that should be, no, this is plus root d, then multiply by minus root d, that's going to give me minus d, because this root is going to cancel this root. Exactly, then I'm going to have this all divided by 4a squared. Exactly, so let's go ahead and simplify this. This is going to cancel this out, then I'm going to have this to be equal, that's b squared minus d divided by 4a squared. Now you guys should all just know that this d is actually an expression. Our d, you can just recall that d is equal to, that's b squared minus 4ac, right? So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to have this to be b squared minus into brackets, then I'm going to have my b squared minus 4ac divided by what? That's 4a squared. So let me just simplify this expression further. If I simplify this expression further, I'm going to have this to be, this is actually b squared minus b squared then plus 4ac divided by what? That's 4a squared. So this is going to cancel this. Exactly, then I'm going to have this to be 4ac divided by 4a squared. So now what do you expect? A is going to cancel one of the a here, 4 is going to cancel 4 down, then I'm going to have this word c over a. Exactly. So in this case now, our alpha beta, which is the product of the root, is equal c over a. Then our alpha plus beta, which is what? Which is the sum of the root, is actually minus b over a. So that's just it. I'm going to show you guys how to apply it, how to use it to solve a quadratic equation. So now I'm going to show you guys how to find the sum and product of root of the quadratic equation. It's very simple. So since we've derived an expression for the sum product of the root and also an expression for the sum of the root. So first thing we're going to do is that look at this expression. This expression is also the same thing as writing as squared, right, plus bx plus c. Exactly. So in this case, my a is equal 6, my b is equal 11, and my c is equal to minus 10. Exactly. So what I'm going to do now is that I can just recall for the product of the roots, I'm going to have, what's that? That's actually c over a. Then here I'm going to have this was c over a, then which is equal c, that's minus 10, divided by a, which is actually 6. Then I can further simplify this to, that's actually minus 5 over 3. Exactly. So now let's move to the sum. So sum of the root is taken to be alpha plus beta, right? This is alpha plus beta, which is equal minus b over a. Then this is alpha beta, which is the product of the root. So now here we are going to have this to be equal. That's actually minus b. Minus b is actually minus 11 divided by a, which is actually 6. And that's the sum. So this is the product and this is the sum of the roots. Now let's move to the second question. So here I'm going to have it to be, that's my a in this case is actually 3, my b is equal to minus 4, and my c is equal minus 15. So now in this case I'm going to have the sum of the root to be, that's actually sum, which is alpha plus beta, right? Then an alpha plus beta is actually minus b divided by a. Exactly. So here I'm having minus b divided by a, and here also I'm having minus b divided by a, which indicates the sum of the roots. So now here I'm going to have this to be simply b is minus 4. I'm going to have this to be minus into bracket minus 4 divided by a, which is actually 3. The minus is going to give me, that's actually 4 divided by 3. That means 4 divided by 3 is actually the sum of the root of this equation. Now let's go ahead and find the product of the root. The product of the root is taken to be, that's actually c over a, right? So this is c over a, which is the product of the root of the quadratic equation. Now here my c is actually minus 15, then my a is 3, then I'm going to have this to be equal to, that's minus 15 divided by 3. Minus 15 divided by 3, that's actually equals to minus 5. So it shows that alpha beta equals to minus 5 and alpha plus beta equals to 4 divided by 3. Now let's move to the next question, which is question 3. So in this case, if you look at this very well, we have a to be equal to 1, which is this, then b is equal to minus 4, and c is equal to 3. So in this case, to find the sum of the root, which is the same thing as writing alpha plus beta, which is equals to minus b over a, then this simply, that's minus into bracket minus 4 divided by e, which is 1. Exactly. So here we are going to have our alpha plus beta to be equals to what? Plus 4. Then what of the product? The product of the root is going to be, that's actually alpha beta, and it is equals to c over a. Then we are going to have this to be c over a, which is equal down to, that's 3 divided by 1. So that means c over a equals to what? 3. So the product of the root is 3, and also the sum of the root is 4. Now let's move to the last one, which I'm having here. So here I'm going to have a to be equals to 1, and b to be equals to -9, and c to be equals to 14. So here the sum of the root is actually alpha plus beta, which is equals to -b over a, while the product of the root is actually simple as writing alpha beta, which is equals to c over a. Now listen, this minus b, then I'm going to have this to be minus times minus, which is b is equals to 9, minus 9, then minus times minus is going to give me a plus, then I'm going to have this to be 9 divided by 1, which is simply 9. Then what of this? I'm having 14. That's going to be 14 divided by a is 1. That's 1, which is equals to what? 14. It shows as alpha plus beta equals to 9, and alpha beta equals to what? 14. So that's just it. So that's all about this video. So if you enjoyed this video, please kindly like, share, comment, and do well to share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.